What's going on, everyone? Lionsork here, and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I wanted to do something fun, and that is go over what I think 10 of the hardest legacy achievements are. So for those that don't know, a legacy raid and legacy achievement by proxy are raids that are at least, I want to say, 2 or 3 expansions out of date. The raids offer you excessive loot on all difficulties and are essentially very soloable, and most people don't group up to run them, making a lot of these achievements we're going to showcase here very, very difficult to acquire. Also, let me know if you guys have any achievements you think should make it on the list, and we could do a part 2 to this. But coming in at number 10 on our spot, and I'm sure this was probably a gimme, is Thok the Bloodthirsty. His achievement, Giant Dinosaur versus Mega Snail, was one of the most rewarding achievements I've ever done, but nowadays, doing this achievement is damn near impossible. Why is that, you ask? Because this boss requires at least 5 people to be in the group, and then those 5 people have to have all of their health drop below 50%. Now, I have heard of a potion in the Grand that does this, but one of the issues with legacy raids is a lot of classes have excessive passive heals, and it makes staying below 50% very, very difficult. The easiest way to do this is to have 5 warlocks, in my opinion, and you all just burn and rush together. But the reason why I say this achievement is rewarding is because Gary the Snail over here, the monstrous gastropod, will actually literally eat Thok whenever the fight is over, making one of the coolest endings I've ever seen to a boss. And coming in at number 9 on our list, we will have Fang the Cursed achievement. Anything you can do, I can do better. So for this boss's achievement, essentially you have to engage the boss, and then there will be 2 gems that spawn here. One of them redirects Fang's abilities right back at him. Also, passive ring effect. And those abilities that he uses, you need to reflect it back at him. However, because we are so grossly over leveled for this raid, a lot of Fang's abilities miss. They'll miss you a lot, and there's a chance that you'll probably have to wait like 30 minutes or so before one of his abilities actually connects with you. I'm quite sure this achievement can be soloed, but also you have to consider what just happening. You could have a passive proc just one-shot him while you're waiting for one of these abilities to finally hit you. It's really annoying, and the best way to go about it is to bring someone who's probably like level 42 to do this achievement and have them do all the requirements for you. This achievement is just so annoying to do nowadays, and what's even worse is trying to find someone who is around the right level to soak those hits. Which brings Fang's achievement, anything you can do, I can do better, at the number 9 spot on this list. And coming in at number 8 on our list, we have Darumu the Forgotten with his achievement, and you said crossing the streams was bad. So this achievement is very much annoying for many different reasons. The primary one being that if you try to solo this, you will have the red and blue beam on you while the yellow one does its thing. But the worst part is the white fogs, you can only see them for X amount of time. And that X amount of time is like 0.5 seconds. Right before the light spectrum starts, there'll be a light little puff and then gone. And then, to add more insult to injury, if you do not finish the light spectrum fast enough, Darumu will just outright kill you. If you take too long trying to do the achievement, Darumu will outright kill you, making this a just downright nasty achievement to try and solo, let alone try to find people who want to group up for this nowadays. This achievement was a pain to do when it was current content, and it's probably even more so a pain to do now, which is what lands the Rumors achievement. And you said crossing the streams was bad at number 8 on our list. Next up on our list, we have an achievement that was actually very, very soloable up until recently, and that is I'm a Soulman from Sakrathar the Eternal. What made this achievement so soloable was the fact that druids could mass entangle the ghosts on cooldown, and it would line up perfectly with the ghost spawns. But ever since the mass entanglement nerf, this achievement has become substantially more difficult to do. I even struggled to try and find a good replacement video, but I found a strat that I felt worked decently, though it'll never be as good as mass entanglement strat. But like I said, this achievement used to be so easy, but because of Blizzard nerfing the druid ability mass entanglement, it's become a lot more tedious to try and get this done. But it's not impossible to solo. That much is for sure. And that's what brings I'm a Soulman at the number 7 spot. Next up on our list, we have Keeping It in the Family. This achievement is obtained by bringing Nefarian to half health before phase 3 begins. What makes this achievement so difficult is getting Nefarian to half health to begin with. Because the thing is phase 1 doesn't last forever. Because the longer phase 1 goes on, the longer Onyxia is alive for. After X amount of time, Onyxia will explode. Which is right here, electrical overload. When Onyxia dies, that's when phase 2 begins. And then at that point, you're basically screwed. Because you'll be either meleeing him in lava, or you'll have to use a ranged attack, which will almost certainly kill him. This achievement is super difficult to do because you have to be quick, and you have to be able to weaken him without killing him. Which is a glaring issue a lot of bosses have for certain achievements. But do not be fooled. This achievement is very difficult to do nowadays. And also, phase 3 has to happen. So just because he starts his phase 3 dialogue doesn't mean you're good to kill him. I would wait until he is on the ground and actually meleeing people before you kill him. But that is what brings Nefarian's achievement, Keeping It in the Family, next on our list. Following Nefarian's crazy achievement, we have an even crazier one in Maiden of Vigilance. Her achievement, Skywalker, is absolutely ridiculous. It can be soloed, don't get me wrong, but the number of times you've got to play chicken jumping into this pit is honestly ridiculous. And Lord have mercy on your soul if you die during one of those jumps, because if you've done this boss during Legion, you'll know. Dying in that pit is not a quick release. You're probably going to be waiting 20 seconds per failed attempt to release and get your body back, because it is a very, very, very long drop. But essentially, the goal of the achievement is you jump in, there's an orb in the middle, you grab it, then you grab a bunch of orbs that are spinning around the ring, and I hear a lot of these orbs have collision issues with registering players. And then once you have those orbs, there will be some in the sky that you have to get. So you're going to be flying around a lot. You're probably going to be dying a lot. And like I said, every time you die in that hole, you're literally just going to be watching your character fall for 20 seconds before you even get another attempt in. Which is why Skywalker from Maiden of Vigilance is on today's list. Next up, we have a really good achievement here in the Battle for Dazar lore, the Lurker Bowa in the Stormwall Blockade. So what makes this achievement super hard to do is you want to have a recommended 3 people. The reason why is because you need someone interrupting Catherine and someone interrupting Joseph. Otherwise, when Laminaria gets max power, it's just going to kill you. And while you're channeling for the Lurker Bowa from this pool, which takes about 2 minutes to do, by the way, this boss is going to have a lot of energy built up. So essentially, you're going to need this boss dead the second that thing pops up. But you also can't kill Joseph or Catherine until the Lurker Bowa is up. Meaning you have to basically break their shield and interrupt them without killing them, which is slowly and surely becoming more difficult. So if I were you guys, I would 100% work on this achievement while you still can, because it's still doable to this day. But here in a few patches, I won't be able to say the same. And taking number 3 on our top 10 hardest legacy achievements is Goos' achievement, just a smack of jellyfish. What makes this achievement unreasonably difficult is it's basically Jikun's achievement soft hands, but a lot worse. A lot worse. So for Jikun's achievement, you could at least position yourself at the start of the fight. For this achievement, you have to get the boss weak enough to where he runs away, and then around this general area you will see a little jellyfish fall. It's small and it's quick. If you do not catch it, you fail the achievement. And the thing is you need someone to catch it while you kill the boss. It's a frustrating achievement that is well merited into more deaths than success, if you ask me. The only reason why I can't put it any higher is because our number 2 and number 1 spot has some excessive requirements, and if you fail it, Zoa at least knows how to kill you right off. And taking our penultimate spot on this video, we have Chromog's achievement. Would you give me a hand? This achievement requires 10 people to do. And that is, of course, making sure those 10 people do not just one-shot the boss immediately, because the goal of this achievement is you have to have 10 hands spawn. The boss will only spawn as many hands as there are players. So if you have 8 people, he'll only spawn 8 hands. And once you have those 10 hands, you have to AoE them all down in a set amount of time. Plus, making sure that out of 10 people AoEing, that the boss does not get clipped in the crossfire, because in this day and age, max level, anything is going to KO Chromo. It doesn't matter what difficulty it's on. This guy will fold like a bag of chips. But if having 10 people isn't enough to make this the hardest achievement, what is? And coming in at number 1 on our list is the Fury of N'Zoth achievement. I think it's called a Cleansing Rage. A Cleansing Treatment. Let me correct myself. For this achievement, you have to defeat all of the synthesis growths within 10 seconds. Do you know how many synthesis growths there are during the N'Zoth encounter? 16. Now, I know there's like 3 of them that are like in groups of 3, but essentially you're probably going to need about 12 to 14 people if you want to do this achievement. Out of all of the legacy achievements, this one requires the most amount of people to do. And if one person jumps the gun early, well, congratulations, you just ruined it for everyone else, because wiping in legacy raids are damn near impossible. And that is why Fury of Nizos achievement, a cleansing treatment, is my #1 pick for the hardest legacy raid achievement. But I want to know, what is your guys' opinion? Did I hit the nail on the head? Is there achievements you think I should have included? If so, comment it down below, and I will probably do a round 2 for this video. But with that being said, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day.